And he does have quite a few stacks on him right now, so they are taking advantage of the fact that, you know, he does not have that rage just yet. So we'll try to put out as much of her ass as possible.
And Nisha's just like, well, I've got Feast, I'm going to do the best thing I can to trade right clicks with you, but at some point Nisha needs to back off and reset these napalm stacks. You can't just sit there with 7, 8, 9, 10 stacks for days, especially if Batrunner gets level 2 before you do. Suddenly, you're just dead. So Nisha, I think, is going to win that race level 2 because their lane is pushing out, so at this point he can just use that rage if needed.
Right, taking a look here in the top lane. We've got the Troll and the Oracle doing their thing together, and of course I and Yaps are hanging out. But to get that root thrown out over onto Yaps, are trying to just harass a little bit, but it's not the most fantastic wave clear coming out from this particular duo, so we'll be able to be a bit annoying with those Eidolons.
Yeah, and it's just the strength of the Enigma able to secure your offlane with those denies. Over at mid, big CS advantage going mid one's way, and we saw this a lot with the Death Prophet versus Shadow Fiends, where Death Prophet isn't the strongest laner. That's where the heroes saw the biggest fall off over the years, is just a lot of these early spells have just gone a lot weaker.
It'll be interesting to see, though, once you know, we do pick up that ultimate on the Death Prophet, just how active she's going to actually be with the rotations and the pressure that she's going to be able to put on the map, too.
Yeah, and that's something somebody talked about before the game. Zai at top.
Zai's fine. I'm gonna walk it off.
If Ori can get good runes, he's a player that loves to get active on the map, and somebody was complaining, you know, whenever they play ViCi, he seems to get these great runes that just allow him to gank the side lanes and control the game. That's what he wants this game. Haste on Death Prophet, one of the best you can get, and if you can find runes like that, he's going to be ganking side lanes and pushing towers.
So a lot of it's going to come down to rune control is what you're thinking here, although bottom lane needs to be a little bit careful here. Batrider's taking a decent chunk of damage. Is going to be able to, though, hide into the trees, and he's just still on the hunt, though, hoping he can cut him off over here. Bat just kind of rolling around in circles, trying to put down as much Firefly as possible. And he should take a bit of a bath, but oh, he runs right into the arms of Life Stealer, and there it is. There's our first blood.
Puppey's blinding lights have been incredible in this bottom lane. He blinding lighted him into the tier 1 tower so that he took tower damage there and got it completely out of position.
I do have a bit of a gank going on here in mid lane, though. Mid one gonna get rolled in. Fade just doing the best he can, but there's the TT coming out from Puppey. He's gonna be able to help get a kill over onto Fade, and mid one's actually gonna be just fine here. Ori now gonna have to run away, has taken some decent amount of tower damage, is just trying to get off a couple of these value clicks here, but needs to be super, super careful, because Death Prophet, you know, she's decently speedy, but needs to be able to dodge that Illuminate. Not gonna be able to do it. Still sitting very low. They'll turn back around, though, hoping to maybe get a little bit of a return kill over here onto Puppey. Puppey still should be able to run himself away from Fade. He's pretty fast. Oh, the sticky napalm coming out from Yang Tae will be able to slow him down. Another blinding light pushes them right back again. Puppey says, go away, I don't want to, but there's the roll forward, and there's the kill.
Still wasted a lot of their time. That was 3 heroes, the Death Prophet, and then the 2 other heroes rotating in just to deal with Puppey. The problem is mid one, I think he lost his salve, yeah, so he's forced to buy another salve, tangos, and that casual ring of regen, which is going to turn into an early Hedris. So mid one's lane gets a little bit messed up because of all that, but Puppey very active and very involved early on.
Yeah, it's nice to see such an active Coddle coming out here. And again, like you said, the blinding lights have been on point.
Yep.
Did save them, you know, bought them a little bit more time when they're going for that chase through the jungle. And of course, that bounce back over on the tower. But
and when you see all those heroes mid, you're just thinking of your secret. Well, Nisha's free farming during this, and I feel like this is saying Secret does better than every other team. All their games I've seen so far, I look at the carry CS, and it's always Nisha having a free farming lane, while the other carry, in this case Paparazzi, has his lane being contested. Paparazzi is still farming well, but it's just not quite as well as what Nisha's got.
So then what's the play here? Do you try to, do you make these rotations back towards the bottom, or does that end up, you know, do you end up suffering anyways because you're paying too much attention to being sort of, not reactionary, but... Right
now it's towards top because they want to contest these bounty runes. Okay. They want to send 3 heroes top to try get both bounty runes up there, and then Batrider can try and secure some down bottom. But Zai, he's going to get a bounty rune. He dies for it. Kind of 50-50 whether that's worth it. It's a pretty even trade, the bounty rune for your life. He was so low in health and mana that dying and coming back to lane full health is actually not too bad for him, so I think he doesn't mind that death.
It feels like mid's pretty evenly matched up right now, though. You've got the 20 and 10 over on the OD, 19 and 9, of course, over on Death Prophet, but the kick back here over onto mid 1, they root him into place, and he's trying to get that Oracle, but he's not going to be able to. Purifying Flames will secure the kill.
Yeah. DY, not the ideal outcome where he gets the last hit for the kill, but he just wants to make sure that he doesn't die there, so he just does all the nuke damage she can. And Oracle, I think, always talked about for the save potential, but early game Oracle does a lot of nuke. The level 3 with 2 points in Purifying Flames on such a short cooldown, 2.25 second cooldown, that's a very big nuke, particularly when you can purge off the heal using the Fortune's End and get a double nuke off in quick succession like that.
You just have to be paying attention, though, to the cooldown on, of course, your Q, because it does take a while to come back up again.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful that you're not, being a little too cheeky with it and paying attention to when it is indeed off cooldown, or else you're just healing them back up again if you don't have enough nuke.
Yeah, you always have to burst. Yeah, that's the thing. It's the true definition of a burst spell, because if you don't burst them, you're healing them.
Dive coming out here. They had their eyes over onto Zai, but the TPs are coming out. Blinding Light's going to get used. They'll be able to root this Enigma into place. Yapster trying to run himself up, but they've got that Soul Siphon. It's not going to be quite enough to take down Yapster. He's actually going to make it out alive. They'll turn their attention, though, now over onto Zai. The Exorcism's going to get used. And they're just going to back off here. They just managed to walk all the way behind. Puppey might be in for some trouble. In fact, yes, he will be the sacrificial lamb. But Ghosts have been popped. They didn't manage to take down Yapster. Fort's going to come out. And Ori's just going to start putting that pressure down here on the tower.
The Ori runes, they've begun.
Uh-oh, yeah. Uh-oh. That is not the place that you want to be, my friend. D-White's going to get taken out.
Gets found, but they will get the tier 1 tower. No denying in range as Ori gets the last hit as well. Has an arcane rune for that gank, so he's going to have a very low cooldown on that exorcism as a result. And didn't have to expend too much of his mana pool as well for it.
Nisha slowly but surely chipping down Yang as he's trying to fly his little wings out of there. He's going to be able to get out in time. Yes, he will, but he's going to sit very, very low in the process.
He even gets 2 denies on those creeps. It's like salt in the wound there, where Batrider TP comes in, instantly gets zoned out of the lane, loses some creeps, and Lifestealer is having the freest game of any hero right now.
Yeah, he hasn't had any sort of problems coming out from the side of ViCi. They've been paying a lot of attention to mid. They obviously put some pressure on the top lane, but definitely, you don't want to let Lifestealer, especially Nisha Lifestealer, you don't want to allow him to just have this free movement about the map and just farming to his heart's content, because he's going to have that Midas pick up very quickly otherwise.
They can't really slow them down is the problem. They can send heroes down bottom with the next exorcism, but what's going to happen is Lifesteal will just say, okay, they're coming bottom, I can't fight them, I'm going to go top, or I'm going to go jungle. And wherever ViCi Gaming go, Lifesteal's going to be on the other side of the map. And that's okay for ViCi Gaming. What they have to make sure of is that they're getting objectives, towers, and kills away from the Lifesteal, because at this rate, Lifesteal is going to have that free farm Midas Radiance at 20-ish minutes.
So it's all about trying to take away the jungle from him for the most part, is what you're saying.
And yeah, if you take these, taking these early towers really does limit with how much of the map he can farm. If you take the mid tier 1 early, the bottom tier 1, suddenly he can only really farm maybe the top lane and has pretty much his entire jungle removed from him. And yeah, they're going to rotate down bottom just like that. And they will
there's the lasso. Yeah, they're going to turn their attention. They pop the exorcism too. It's not going to matter if you got rage there, Nisha, because it's going to be able to just start chewing through you with that physical damage. But throwing into the imprisonment here, Nisha's just going to pop on out and walk away. And
that's where I felt like they should have been prioritizing going for objectives and other heroes with these rotations, because you can't actually kill this Lifestealer. Like that's why this hero is so good, is that I mean, obviously he hits this power peak when he gets his items, the Midas Radiance, but what do you do to stop him getting there? There's not a whole lot except with specific heroes that counter him.
And that is going to be the exorcism on cooldown without any sort of kill or objective that got taken. I think they just backed off and used it to farm. So that's pretty nice for Secret right now, not having to deal with that, because that's kind of the big early game pressure that's being placed upon them.
Yeah. For ViCi, your game plan needs to have Troll try and match the Lifestealer in terms of farm. The Troll he's going to go for the Battle Fury. He needs to be the hero that matches up, and he's about 1,000 gold in terms of net worth behind, but that's not the end of the world if he just plays the same way with Lifesteal while the other 4 heroes try and, fight, take objectives, create space. He'll quickly catch back up.
All right, well, Batrider unfortunately has run into 3 heroes on the side of Secret. He's going to try to fly himself out, but they actually drop the stand. He's like, what's this? Not quite enough damage, so he should be feeling pretty good about that. Now Zion for some trouble. Purifying Flames followed up with the swap. They're going to turn their attention back around, but there are 3 heroes here as well. And I don't think he's going to be able to make it out alive, although he's trying pretty hard, but there it is.
He got the bounty rune, though. He's happy. That's why he used that swap there.
Yeah.
He's not trying to escape. He knows he's dead, and he's like, well, once again, Zai gives away his life. I mean, you're dead either way, so it's definitely worth it. And the death for support deaths for bounty runes, I would say always worth it. Core death, and maybe not quite as much.
We did pick up an arcane rune over on the Batrider, doing all that too, and he has lasso up, so I think we might be seeing some play come out from the side of ViCi Gaming. Would like to not see them jump after this lifestealer again. Like you said, it's just too hard for them to pin him down, but perhaps they can find another target.
Yeah, maybe go for that mid-tier one with the next Exorcism. Batrider looking for a fast Boots of Travel, so it does seem like ViCi Gaming is going to be playing a game where they don't want to just go for this fast Blink Dagger where you're all in on finding these Blink Lasso ganks. The drums is the other option you sometimes see, but Boots of Travel is just this item where you can be anywhere on the map very quickly. You farm very fast. It's a very efficient item to have on a Batrider.
Again, Nisha just being left to his own devices down here. About 6k net worth, 4.9 over onto Troll. And again, there is a Midas picked up at about 9 minutes for the Lifestealer, so...
Yeah. And realistically, this game right now is just smooth sailing for Secret. They're only up 1k gold, but they have an Enigma free farming the jungle, Arcane Boots, halfway to a BKB almost, Lifestealer, Midas, 1k gold. Radiance is looking like it's going to be coming out at a very good time. Secret's getting everything they need out of their draft right now.
Boots of Travel did just get picked up though on the Batrider, like you said, so we'll be able to see him be a bit more mobile, and also do get that smoke coming out. He has that Arcane Rune still bottled up, looking to make some sort of a play, but I'm worried that they're going to be going after this lifesteal again. Puppy standing on the high ground actually will pop the smoke. They realize someone's there. The Firefly comes out, but he's already just dipped at this point.
Yeah, Paparazzi playing very aggressive. Does it back up nearby? Needs to not get too far away from the rest of his team. I think at this point, ViCi Gaming need to decide which lane they want to commit to. They're going to send Batrider top, but he's got the double TP. That's the really powerful thing about these Boots of Travel is you can defend a lane by TPing there, and then you've got the Boots of Travel teleportation to go to where another lane where your team is for a team fight.
Yeah, no, that was a really big change when they were switching up the Boots of Travel, so helps very, very much. And then sometimes, you know, we've been seeing a lot of the heroes where you can actually just recall people, right, and just bring them right back into fights again. So you've got so much mobility coming out with this change.
So that's why he's the one TPing top while it looks like the rest of the team posturing around bottom lane a bit. Not too aggressively. The Troll's still mid, but the issue I have right now with ViCi Gaming is they're just not committing somewhere on the map. And as a result, they're being out-farmed. Enigma in the jungle, Lifestealer with the Midas. We're seeing he's maintaining that farm lead over the Troll, actually increasing it from about 1,000 to 1,200, small amount. But when you're talking about carries who are both free farming, that's going to just increase over time. And that's not what you want to see if you're ViCi Gaming.
No, I think, like you said, they should be making some moves across the map, taking some objectives, especially now that they have the Exorcism up. It just feels like they really want to do something about this Troll, and they just can't figure out exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So, you know, taking over this tower will probably help, but again, you're just going to see him, you know, making rotations, mirroring their movements. I might be in for a little bit of a trouble. We'll get attacked here by Paparazzi. It's going to be a rotation coming out from Fade as they throw out the silence. There's going to be Magic Missile coming through. Magnetize gets used as well. Blinded Light, nice save here coming out from Puppy. Is it going to be enough? The Zai ticking down pretty fast. He actually goes again. He is going to get taken down here as Puppy tries to run himself out. And he is in hot pursuit. Are they going to be able to catch him in time? It doesn't look like they are. In fact, the TPs were coming out from Secret. They'll cancel them out, and they'll realize, all right, they just used quite a bit to chase after Zai. We're fine where we are. Let's continue to farm.
Yeah, Yang actually died on the Batrider over in the jungle while that was all going on. He got killed off by the Enigma, I believe an Enigma +1, Lifestealer maybe. So it wasn't really a good trade. It wasn't, I mean, it was a trade end of the day. It wasn't a win for ViCi Gaming. They don't get an objective or a tower out of it, and that's something when they have this Death Prophet, you'd expect them to be taking more objectives, and they're just not really prioritizing that right now.
Why do you think that is? Why don't you think we're seeing, you know, a smoke up with the Death Prophet, right, you've got a good kit. You can allow your Troll to kind of go and just farm off into the jungle, get what he needs, because you've got enough pressure with the lasso and, of course, the Death Prophet. Why do you think we're not seeing that, though?
I think they feel like it's going to be a little bit inefficient and too slow. You've got Secret who can farm the other two lanes, and Coddle who can defend that wherever you push very well. So until you have that initiation, like a Batrider Blink Dagger, you can't punish Secret for defending towers. But I would also say I think they should be trying that. They should be going for these towers. Exorcism should be, by now, used more than just once. But they didn't use it for the T1 tower because they want to use it for these bounty runes.
Again, Zai's going for the rune, although Yapster makes his way over here. They go and they actually use the Exorcism, so there's going to be the swap. Zai, look at him just run. They'll go and they'll use the Black Hole over here onto Fate. He's out of here. Followed up with that Will-O-Wisp too. Maybe not necessary, but man, Zai the king of these bounty runes today.
Yeah.
He sees it, he wants it, he's got it.
He's dying for him, he's swapping himself to get them. That time he's getting out without dying, and When you're playing this very slow-paced game and your timing is the radiance of Lifestealer, using these ultimates like Black Hole, Will-O-Wisp, just to get a kill on an Earth Spirit and to secure a bounty rune, well worth it. It's not like Secret's looking for a big team fight, so you don't mind that you put Black Hole on cooldown.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I think we've seen so much aggressive movement coming out from the side of ViCi Gaming where they're grouping up, and not so much on the side of Secret.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of those, just the initiations that have happened from ViCi Gaming have turned a little bit on them, where they're the aggressors and they end up having to try to run away.
Yeah, that Midas efficiency has only had 2 seconds of uptime where it wasn't used. I mean, Nisha's just farming like a beast. I mentioned a 20-minute range. Now he's saying I can do a couple minutes better than that. It's absolute free farm for him. Troll is keeping up, so it's not completely lost cause by any means. And this is just ViCi Gaming saying we're going to go late game against you. They are continuing to fall a bit further and further behind. It's now a 4K gold lead, but they just feel like their best bet is getting these items like the Batrider Blink and playing the pickoff game and playing around Roshan, playing around Exorcism. It's just going to be very hard because Radiance is such a strong timing for Secret, and then BKB Enigma, very hard to deal with as well.
And they've also picked up the Guardian Greaves over on the OD now. So these fights are going to be even more difficult, but there's the lasso getting used. Rim be able to drag back, and they get the silence off over onto Zai. Zai has just been public enemy #1 right now. He turns back around. He's got that magic missile. We're going to see the PP coming out here from that Lifestealer, and these Eidolons are doing a ton of damage. Zai trying to get himself out. Oh, not going to be able to do it just quite quickly enough.
I think he even died in the fountain there right as he got to fountain. The last magnetized tick brought him down, so a bit unfortunate for him. But it is just, once again, Zai on the receiving end of these ganks. He's 4 of the 7 deaths of Team Secret, but...
How do you gank the other lanes, though, too? You know, you've got an OD who can throw out the save. You've got the fact that, you know, Lifestealer is just hard to pin down.
And OD's farming all the safest places on the map. OD's always very defensively farming jungle. Lifestealer, like you say, can't be ganked. It has been Zai who's been sent to the risky lanes to farm, and even in death, Zai has looked like a very impressive player. Like some of those deaths up top earlier on where he's getting bounty runes and making all the right plays, like it doesn't look like he's making any wrong moves, and it's the Enigma who actually does more with farm than the Venge, so you're actually quite happy for your Venge to be creating space for these other 3 heroes, since Enigma with a BKB Blink is such a powerful force.
Yeah, the BKB gets picked up right when you mention that too.
It's going to come as the Radiance is finished too, so this is really where Secret can take these team fights now.
It's beautiful timing too, everything just kind of aligning perfectly for the side of Secret, even though, you know, like you said, we've lost Zai several times, but I think he's okay with it. Again, he's been able to grab those runes. He knows that his death allows for, you know, Mid-1 and Nisha to just accelerate and get what they need, so that way later on, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I think Troll, seeing some of these items, is going to have to prioritize that BKB even sooner. Yeah, the Yasha, some Trolls like to go for the full SMY, but when you're playing into, you know, Radiance this early on, and Enigma, who's going to be coming to fights now, you've got to prioritize BKB.
You're looking to push more objectives here, though. The rest of the side of ViCi, they're smoked up over on the corner, hoping that maybe someone's going to TP into Shrine, and we do see TPs coming out over here. Mid-1 finds himself the Earth Spirit Fade. They'll turn back around. They've got the Exorcism up. The BKB coming out from Yatsu, but it's going to get canceled out with a nice lasso being thrown back here, and they're going to have to go fighting over onto multiple grounds. They'll be able to go get the False Promise off. They'll turn back around here. Young's actually going to get taken out. He's already used that lasso, and they're still trying to just take down Mid-1 as fast as they can. This is going to be the Space Bump's taken off, and can they get another hit over onto Mid-1? They're trying so hard. He's actually going to make it out alive now, or he's going to get taken down as we lose 4 people to Nisha with that fresh Radiance.
Wow, I mean, that's the fight Secret wanted. They say, you're going to come at us and try and flank us from behind the tower. Great, we're ready to fight. We just got this Radiance. We are ready to go. Look at that damage dealt by the Lifesteal. He absolutely destroys the team fight alongside the OD, who got a really good Sanity's Eclipse. And the other big thing there is OD's item build. Having this Guardian Greaves, he got so incredibly low against the Exorcism, but once you get low health, that's when that Greaves aura kicks in and really starts to help yourself. 15 bonus armor and 16 health regen. That's so much armor to have at this stage of the game, and you'll see soon, once Mid-1 starts getting low, he just gets incredibly tanky.
It's insane, especially when you consider the fact that that fight was totally split, right? You had the one fight going on over on the high ground, and then while Death Prophet's running around here on the low ground, eventually you just need to just calmly walk his way over. In fact, we've got another fight going on right now, as looks like the side of Secret maybe doesn't want to fight this at this time. We'll just walk away, but they end up using the Magnetize during that.
It's the one saving grace of that last team fight, if there is one, is that Paparazzi did not die, so he's still farming at a pretty good rate here. Hasn't fallen off at all, and once he has BKB, that's really where, you know, it's one of those, we got to do something impressive now. Death Prophet also going for a BKB as her next item, so the BKB timings of ViCi Gaming in some ways maybe their last hurrah, because the longer this game goes, Lifesteal are getting more items to follow up this Radiance. Enigma, just late game Enigma is one of the scariest supports in the game. OD as well is going to start scaling and getting other items to go with Greaves. ViCi Gaming's lineup does not scale the same way Secrets does.
And again, it was very interesting because it almost felt like at one point, you know, the initiation coming out from Secret, they looked really good. You got that black hole off, but then at the same time, you had the Death Prophet going and using the Yules. You talked about the Guardian Greaves coming into play when the fact that, you know, OD was sitting very, very low. But then again, it's just, you know, the power of this Lifestealer coming online. And
yep.
You know, the BKBs, again, they are getting picked up. That'll help against the OD. But Swap coming out, though, top lane. Fade in for some trouble. Puppey making his way over. Does manage to get the silence. Gets the roll off as well. But there's 3 heroes now chasing him after. These blinding lights on point. There's a jump forward, though. They go and they try to put some more damage out. Will-O-Wisp gonna get dropped, though. They'll turn around. Guardian Greaves coming through. They're trying to just nuke down the Coddle to be able to find it. Now mid-1 over here into the trees. Roll forward coming out. We've got all of this exorcism coming through. And they do find the kill. Paparazzi gonna be able to go and grab himself that. Now Zai trying to juke himself over into the trees. That, though, they've got that sticky napalm, they've got the ghost, they've got the root, and
wow,
they end up getting Zai.
That's a very rare, like, mistake from Secret, like a big team mistake. I feel like this tournament and, you know, Katowice before this event where they had their big undefeated streak, every now and then there'd be a mistake, you know, where mid-1 plays too aggressive on his Monkey King, or, you know, Zai gets caught out. But that's a team decision to go diving under that tier 2 tower, and ViCi Gaming were there ready to punish. Exorcism being used very effectively and winning a fight before they had these BKBs online. So that's a nice little turnaround for ViCi Gaming, and that's going to give them some confidence moving forward. If they can somehow find a way to win a fight and then secure Roshan, this game can suddenly look a whole lot more even.
I think it's going to come down to, you know, finding those perfect movements, the right plays, getting the jump. Because otherwise, I feel like Secret, you know, like you said, they're very disciplined. It was a bit unusual for them to be going in for those dives. And I'm almost wondering if they weren't anticipating like a full rotation like that too.
Definitely not, yeah. ViCi Gaming were very fast to kind of react and get everyone there. There's a double damage rune on this troll too now. He has it bottled up, so we could see a potential team fight off of this, or even an attempt to try and sneak Roshan. His BKB, if he can get that out with a DD, that's suddenly a really scary timing for them.
That's really big. In fact, they're actually sitting in the pit. Yep, sir is smoked up.
Okay.
Have the black hole available.
It's being pinged. ViCi Gaming seem to know this, and they're going to have a troll BKB double damage for this fight.
But if they're caught in a black hole, does it really matter?
It may not, yeah.
Right? They're toying around with the idea. Again, Puppey going to reveal himself, hoping maybe to bait them just a little bit. And again, Napster jumps forward, and there's going to be the jump over onto this thing. And now, there it is. The BKB black hole comes out. They're going to be able to go and hold on to this troll. He's in for a little bit of trouble. He's got his own BKB now. He's going to turn back around, does a decent amount of damage here to Yapster. But I don't think they want to go on this fight.
Black hole's down. But Troll's BKB too.
They need to reset, I think.
Yeah, both teams do, I think. The nice thing about the BKB on Troll is that, yeah, the black hole controls you, but you don't die in the black hole because all their damage is mostly magical at this point. Lifesteal's right-click damage with the Radiance is not the scariest of things there, so Troll doesn't die, does have to use his BKB, but if a team fight breaks out now, hey, well, no black hole to worry about. There is still, like, you know, Sandy's Eclipse, Coddle, there's so many other things that you do feel like you don't want to fight without your BKB, and that's where ViCi Gaming back off. And the other great thing, BKB, much shorter cooldown than Black Hole. So they may actually look to smoke once that BKB's back up to try and secure Roshan or take a team fight while Black Hole's down.
And you have other means of save as well for the side of ViCi Gaming, because you do have an Oracle. So Oracle, you know, if he notices that his cores are in a bit of a pickle, is going to be able to just throw out that false promise. He's going to be able to heal them up, do a couple different things here. Of course, Young needs to be a little bit careful. He is flirting with disaster a bit. But they'll go right into the pit now. They know that they've got the Exorcism, and that's something that I don't think they really necessarily want to fight, because even if they can drop that Will-O-Wisp, you're still going to have all those ghostly spirits floating around the entire time.
This is a sign of confidence that ViCi Gaming feel like they can just walk into the pit in front of Team Secret. They do back off, so they decide maybe this isn't the best plan, but no, yeah, they're just going to stick this out. They know there's no black hole, they have the BKB, and they feel like they have a very good position here with the Observer Ward, so they're going to see Secret wrapping around.
That Rider was looking. There's the Will-O-Wisp though getting dropped, and there's the 2 BKBs coming out though from the side of ViCi Gaming. They'll go and they'll use that Exorcism. They're gonna actually have to go use that False Promise onto the Bat Riders. He's just trying to lay down all of this Firefly now. They'll turn their attention, draw back right now. They're gonna be able to get the kill. No, there's gonna be the swap coming through. They're gonna need to do a little bit more damage here as the Illuminate comes out. They'll be able to finally take down Zai. They're still chasing after this lifesteal. They want him so badly. Are they gonna be able to find it? They do find the kill over onto Nisha as comes mid-1 once again. This is not looking great for the Oracle, but already he's done his purpose here. He's been able to keep his Bat Rider alive, so he will actually fall to mid-1. Now they're still walking over here on the pit. They've got that Exorcism up for a little bit longer. They should be able to get this growth, and there it is. It's going to get picked up by Paparazzi. The turnaround again here. Mid-1 goes in. He throws that Astral Imprisonment now. Fade. He's looking for whatever he can find. In fact, they will be able to find themselves a puppy as he gets burnt to a crisp, and Ori gets the kill.
That's such a good understanding of how to fight around Secret's big team fight. It's just, you know, fight when Black Hole's down. It's really that simple. The Black Hole was used, BKB comes back up, let's force a Roshan fight, and the warding around that Roshan pit. I love these unconventional wards because Secret's kind of coming around from the top side thinking, you know, we're going to come in and we're going to be in fog here because normally those wards are down near where those runes are, but that ward, it scouted the entire Secret approach and allowed ViCi Gaming to go on the key targets there.
And what's interesting too, you talk about the unconventional warding, there was no wards over on the other side, so that way it allowed the Bat Rider to kind of creep on in there slowly but surely, and I'm sure they probably figured something's off. We don't see where Bat is, but maybe not necessarily thinking that it would be over on that side. So sat a little bit low, obviously. They had to end up using the False Promise onto the Oracle, but, or sorry, not the Oracle, sorry, the Bat Rider,
yeah.
But it ended up working out quite well because there was just so much chaos. They're fighting in a choke point, so to speak, and there's just Firefly everywhere.
Yeah, and Enigma with this item build, the Blink BKB, doesn't really contribute much in a team fight without Black Hole. I mean, Midnight Pulse is nice, but you're not keeping them in place without the Black Hole. It's not like this Enigma where you go for all these aura items like the Greaves, Crimson Guard, where, oh, my Black Hole's down, doesn't matter. I still contribute a lot with auras. It's you're a Black Hole. That's your big contribution, and if Yapster doesn't have it, Secret have to be a lot more careful about what kind of fights they're taking.
Swap coming out from Zai. They really want to see if they can grab him here, and they're going to have to go use False Promise. Will-O-Wisp is up and running, though. Fade going to be the sacrificial lamb. They'll go, they'll push him back again using that buff. And now, is he going to be able to make it out? Paparazzi's trying really hard. Oracle cannot do anything to help him. He's just too far back. He will go and pop the BKB and go and use that break as well. So he goes running right back at Bat Rider, though. On the other end, that's a BKB getting used, but you're hold in place. And Yapster in for some trouble because there's just too many ghosts swimming after him. They're going to try to chase down Nisha. Now Yule's coming through again. The Manta's actually going to get bought out here. He's going to go pop it. He's going to try to just run himself out of this fight. There's so many ghosts chasing him. Luckily, that Astral Imprisonment, though, going to hold the Death Prophet in place, so it's not going to be able to do it now, or he's in for trouble. They're going to be able to go and nuke him down. He is out of here. Paparazzi also in for some trouble as well. He tried to go back in. Aegis is going to get popped here, and it looks like he is out of friends to really help him out because there's going to be the TP there. It's not going to be able to do it. Paparazzi just frantically trying to run over, maybe get some time over in that Firefly so they can at least put some damage down, but the roll coming through here from Fate. Paparazzi still alive. Is not looking so great for this Red Spirit. He's going to have to roll himself over onto the high ground, but we'll make it out.
Okay. I mean, that's a good fight for Secret end of the day. They lose their Enigma. ViCi Gaming, though, they got a little bit overzealous gunning for that Enigma. I think they know their key to the team fight is making sure they don't get Black Hold. That's why they're gunning for Enigma. Problem is they overcommit to it, Exorcism wears off, and then suddenly it's like, oh, OD's like, well, known as BKB, I'm just going to tear you apart. But some big individual plays allow ViCi Gaming to escape.
Also, they forced the Enigma to use his own BKB as well, too, so that's going to make things a little bit easier for them later on as it starts to run lower and lower.
And once that Death Prophet's on top of you as an Enigma, you don't really want a Black Hole because you're going to die while casting it to those ghosts. Right. So that's kind of the key way they fought that one. The Lasso was with the Death Prophet. Troll was never near the Enigma, which is a great way to approach that fight. Problem was the rest of their team was a little bit out of position and wasn't quite on the same page committing that deep.
Looks like everyone on Secret's just gonna try to reset here. Take a moment, catch their breath, figure out their next plan. There's a double damage rune available in the bot lane right near Paparazzi.
This is an Ags OD. I've seen this like once or twice ever before with this Ag Scepter where you get the double Astral Imprisonment. So he's going to have several saves or several aggressive Astrals.
Oh, and looks like they might need a little bit of help here and go and just banish up the Bat Rider. That is going to be lassoed down. I don't think anyone TP's too young now. They're just going to let him go. But in the bottom lane again, Paparazzi's going to continue to just farm out, push that lane out.
kind of at that stage where Secret have all their ultimates. They want to fight. They'll chase ViCi Gaming wherever they go. And they are finding a Bat Rider and now something a bit more.
Yeah, this is not looking so good right now for Fade. But on the flip side of that, again, did see the troll. It was funny because the second that he started to TP out, you saw the TPs coming in from the side of Secret. So his spidey sense was indeed tingling, got himself out in the nick of time, but unfortunately will lose his support.
It's always a sign of a carry with very good kind of map sense and understanding of the flow of the game. When they're TPing out as those TPs are coming in, they know exactly how to push their hero to the limit. They don't stay a second too long. And Paparazzi, you know, one of the best carries out there. Something you see like players like Arteezy also really good at. But for ViCi Gaming, it's very hard for them because all they can do is kind of split push the map. They have no real good way of fighting into this Enigma right now with the BKB Black Hole. And right now the game slowing down is going to be overall pretty good for Secret, who are just able to get a lot more farm out of the map.
Trying to figure, what's the best play then here for ViCi? Like you said, there's a little bit of like the split pushing coming through, but just hope that, you know, they take a bad engagement on the side of Secret where, you know, they use the black hole and then try to re-engage. Oh, they are smoked up though now. Yep. All right, seeing a smoke come through. Do have the lasso up. We've got the Death Prophet ultimate as well. Got everything.
Hard to rely on the lasso because the swap save. This Venge pick fits so nicely into Secret's draft.
Oh, they actually smoke themselves. Smoke on smoke action.
Here we
Gonna
go.
be right in the middle here. They don't see it quite yet. They gotta notice that one of the creeps is missing.
Both teams about to run into each other.
The quiet before the storm. Puppy. They drop a ward. All right, Fade will reveal himself, and it looks like he's going to be immediately jumped upon, but there's a force up coming through. They're going to try to root up over on the side. There's a BKB coming out from Yapster. He's going to go ahead and grab two of them here in the middle of all of this, and just OD mid-1 wants to steal as much of that in as possible, but they did manage to go and get the ghost off. They're going to turn their attention now over onto the Bat Rider. Bat Rider's going to get taken out. Now Ori trying to run himself back. There's going to be the buyback coming out, though, immediately from the Bat Rider. They've got that heal. They've got the save over onto this Death Prophet, but these ghosts, they're just shredding everybody left and right. The Astro Imprisonment comes out. There's no troll in this fight right now. There's a blink forward though. The Ori still chasing them down. They've got that Glimmer Cape over here onto the OD. He turns, he drops the hammer. Is he going to be able to find Fate? Fate's going to be able to go just walk just a little bit further out. They've got the Yules too. Nisha trying to run himself out, and everyone's sitting so very, very low. Paparazzi actually got to be so careful because of that Radiance coming off from the burn. He's going to try to run himself out. Zai finds himself a kill over into Fate. Are they going to be able to find Paparazzi? They're looking for him.
What a kick! He saves it!
And it looks like we will end up losing the Oracle, but
these fights are insane. Nobody dies for the longest time. The fight goes for like 30 seconds before anyone dies. Like the BKBs were out, all these saves, the Astrals, the swaps, the Oracle false promises are being used, and then it's not until, all those things are on cooldown as long as the BKBs that you see the first heroes dying. And the problem is for ViCi Gaming is by that point, they rely on the Troll BKB, they also rely on the Exorcism, and Exorcism, it lasts a while, but not long enough apparently.
It runs out now, they're able to just go high ground. They don't have to worry, there's no Exorcism that they have to face off against. The BKBs are down. They're feeling very confident right now.
Yeah. They don't really have the tools to defend this Rax. Oracle is coming back soon. It looks like they want to make a go on this one.
There's the jump for coming up from Paparazzi. It's going to push back Nisha.
Secret may just play it safe and go for the shrines here instead.
I mean, I think that's enough, right? You're able to crack the high ground. They've used a whole bunch of their spells. Their cooldowns just start getting more and more control of this map.
Yeah, one melee Rax is not going to change this game drastically. It's much better to focus on the map control aspect, securing yourself the next Roshan. So sticking around is not the way you want to play this, but trying to find that next key pickoff is what they're doing here. That's how you're going to break this game open. Kill a core again, kill the Death Prophet, kill the Troll. So when you stay around to try push, you're just revealing to ViCi Gaming where you are and you expose yourself.
Right.
Do you want to buy a gem, it looks like, on the side of ViCi Gaming? Air Spirit with one queued up, feeling like they need to regain some vision control, and also some of these Glimmer Capes and things in fights are pretty annoying to have to deal with as well.
Yeah, the only reason they were able to see mid-1 for so long was that they actually preemptively dropped themselves a sentry ward just in case, but Fade has picked up that gem of true sight, so hopefully going to be able to survive a little bit longer so it's not immediately in the hands of Secret. But Nisha just walks right on into this base. He's got no fear right now. He's just gonna chip away at that Rax.
Black Hole's coming back up. That's a big reason why they're okay to take a team fight now, and you can see ViCi Gaming are not even interested in defending it. Much like for Secret, it's not the biggest deal trying to overcommit for that melee Rex. It's not worth overcommitting to try and defend one melee Rex here. 35 minutes in, you know, you're still able to easily keep that lane pushed out. You've got Batrider, Troll, Death Prophet. You've got heroes that can keep that lane pushed out as needed. But next Roshan suddenly gets a whole lot more difficult for ViCi Gaming to contest with how much map control they've lost over the last 10 minutes or so.
They do have a couple wards out there to give them some information, but it's still pretty dark, and you don't know where everyone's going to be lurking.
Yeah. And right now, it's just so hard for them to secure these kills.
Ooh, the swap comes out over into Ori. The Yos will be used. They'll use the Will-O-Wisp as well. There's going to be the Black Hole BKB, and they've only managed to catch Fade, though. That's a pretty decent trade here. But they'll go use the Exorcism, and now it looks like they might just want to disengage on this. So they pop the Exorcism. Will-O-Wisp gets used. They only lose Fade, but that means they lose even more control.
Yeah, losing Fade is one thing, but losing Exorcism is a whole lot worse because they kind of committed to trying to fight around that area with Exorcism, but then suddenly Troll's like, well, I can't actually follow that up. There's a Will-O-Wisp that I'll be running into. And the problem for Troll, every time he goes into the fight, there's Astrals. He's getting kited. Even when he's not being kited specifically, the heroes he's going on are being saved. They're being thrown under the Astral. He's not doing damage in a fight because of all these annoying items on the side of Team Secret. They've got several Force Staffs, Glimmer Capes, and it's just so damn hard.
They're thinking about going in, though. Paparazzi is going to just walk himself out. And I mean, it's going to be very frustrating because you know that Black Hole's down. Black Hole's down, Will-O-Wisp is down. You want to go back in because they're not there, but you don't have the Exorcism. That's kind of like your big thing right now.
They have got Earth Spirit back. He's respawned now, and Roche is low, so they definitely want to try and contest this one.
Can they get in there, though, Young? Okay, Swap comes out from side. They'll turn their attention. Oh, he just evaporates. There was a Batrider there. He's not there any longer. 87 seconds down. Banishment, of course, comes out again. Fade trying to roll himself away. Will be able to find that opening to run home, but
that fight just...
They can't get in the pit.
This fight, that is. Not the game, but they lost the gem there. That is so bad as far as ViCi Gaming is concerned. They lose the Batrider, who I think just bought this gem, and now that map control's on Secret's side.
Yeah, Fade just picked up that gem, and now there's Cheese on deck too. How do you take these guys down?
It's so hard. You're going to have to play around your high ground defense, the lasso, pulling someone deep inside your base. Problem is, when you initiate with the lasso, somebody has to stop the Vengeful Spirit from using that swap save. So someone like Earth Spirit needs to silence the Venge while you lasso somebody else and pull them deep, close to your tier 4 towers.
That's such tricky positioning, though, because they're very aware of everything. And, of course, you know, you've got very good position coming up from Puppey. He's standing pretty far back. Same thing goes with the Opser, making sure that, you know, he can jump into those fights. And, again, he's going to have that Black Hole up in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, he's got that Octarine Core, so lower cooldowns across the board, and this is where ViCi Gaming will be truly tested.
Like, look at Paparazzi. He wants to do anything. He's just dancing around in circles by his own buildings, but he can't get in there just yet.
It's just such a safe way to siege high ground here.
Goes for the deny. And just keep throwing. Okay, gets a lucky bash there over onto Nisha. Nisha, the rage comes out. It's just going to try to man-fight Paparazzi a little bit again as Storm Prism comes through.
I think Nisha knows they just have no answer to the rage siege that he's posing a threat on the high ground with. He's just going to keep going in whenever he has rage if he wants to. He falls back now just because he says, I get a bit low. I don't want to just throw away my Aegis for nothing. I can lifesteal off some of these neutrals, heal all the way back up to full, and then we can look to go back. This Aegis, you know, it doesn't... so many teams, at least I think like the tier 2 teams, make the mistake of, oh, we got Roche, let's go push right now. Aegis, the last 5 minutes. There's no rush. Get your next couple of items and then go for that big push.
Now, the time that they've spent, though, where they back off, does allow for the Death Prophet to have the Exorcism back up again. Although, oh no, as soon as I say that, they find themselves a Death Prophet. They're thinking there's going to be the blink, though, going out here. Faye going to have to roll himself away. Paparazzi gets a little bit out of the space. I don't know if you want to chase that far. You know that there's going to be Puppey. Puppey's going to have a Will-O-Wisp or whatnot being thrown at you, and if you don't pop that BKB right away, things could be potentially very, very bad. But they'll turn their attention now. Back to the top. Turning again. Paparazzi getting immediately jumped on by Nisha. Rather slowly crept upon, right? Because it's a life stealer. But, you know, what can they hope to do? He's just burning the entire time. Fade's going to get the roll forward, the silence. He's going to be the banishment again, though. Now it looks like Fade in for some trouble. They'll turn around. They've got the Glimmer Cape. Paparazzi trying to run back. Will-O-Wisp he gets placed behind, and now all of a sudden Ori's all alone with this Batrider. They don't have the rest of the team. The BKB comes out, and now Yapster, there's going to be the swap back, trying to just successfully disengaged. All the roll forward, though, again, coming out from Fade. They have their eyes over here onto Puppey. Can they find it? There's no more Will-O-Wisp. It was already used behind. The BKB's coming out, though. They've got their attention. Can they burn him down in time? Zai trying to get out. Not going to be able to do it. There's going to be the Infest coming out, though, over onto the creeps. They find a kill over onto Puppey in the back lines. Paparazzi, he's in for some trouble. They go and they drop the Astral. He's going to come right back up again. He's going to be taken down. He's got to buy back. And the silence coming through. Ori, he's trying to chip them down. It does manage to find that kill over onto Yapster. Can they find the kill onto mid one, though? They're going to be able to purge him, hold him into place. This root still chasing after him. He's just running through all of this Fireflies. Zai has bought back. So has Yapster. Everyone is just trying to stay alive during this fight, trying to help each other out. Mid one, he's still alive and kicking. There's going to be the swap back. A bit of chaos coming through. And again, they're going to try to slow them down with those axes. They're chasing after Bad Rider's in for so much trouble. He is down. The buyback comes out again. Paparazzi running for his life right now. Needs to get up into that base. They're use the black hole, but they actually don't manage to get the kill. They'll get the kill onto the Oracle. And I think that's probably the best bet that you can get right now because you've still got some of these cores up. There's no more exorcism, though.
They say Paparazzi, who bought back there. That's the key. If he dies there, the game's lost. Then ViCi Gaming somehow still alive, but they have to, at some point, repel Secret.
But how do they get back in there? They don't have the exorcism. There's going to be a buyback coming out from Faye. Nisha's trying to just get himself out. He's got his attention over onto Ori, though, and they've got that Spirit Siphon. Turn around. Yapsor throws down the Midnight Pulse. He's being very, very patient. Does not have the Black Hole, though, Nisha. Again, False Promise coming out over to Paparazzi. With the BKB, they want to be able to turn this. They get the stun off. They will be able to take down mid one, and they've got their eyes on more. They get that Aegis pop. Paparazzi is sitting quite low right now. Does have the Oracle to back him up. Nisha has to go use that Rage, run himself away. Zai, hot on his heels, trying to just protect him if need be. Has jumped forward again. Young, he really, really wants this. There's going to be Magic Missile. Will slow him down a little bit. The blink coming out from Death Prophet. She really wants to see if she can get anything else after this out of all of these buybacks. But after that, looks like we'll see the racks getting slapped upon. And unfortunately, Oracle not the best at clearing, but Ori makes his way back. So,
A loser right
break it down for me, guys. That was...
Wow, that was like... a 90-second long team fight or something crazy. They're saving the range racks.
Yeah.
The disarm, the kick.
Get out of here, Cardi B.
All right.
We don't want you here.
Range racks has been kept alive somehow. Not the biggest saves. It doesn't have health regen, unfortunately, so it's the easiest thing in the world
the
to
morale,
kill. Yeah,
right?
it really is. Yeah.
We did it, guys. We saved it.
After a team fight like that, that was just like the most nutty, chaotic 90 seconds of Dota. Yeah, that's a great way to finish it off. You save your range racks. But holy cow, I mean, there was just so much going on there. The fact ViCi Gaming...
The replay of that.
Beautiful. Earth Spirit Fade has been...
We need some epic music to go with that, right? Look at that. Ah, oh, not today. Forces of the Dire.
Fade's been fun to watch, like saving the troll down bottom. He's making all kinds of great Earth Spirit plays. I mean, it really is a desperate position, and you need every kind of key clutch play in the book right now, and they're somehow holding on. It's coming down to, you know, some ballsy play. They controlled Yapster so well in that last fight. He used his BKB early to try to get off his Black Hole, got controlled. The Death Prophet being on top of him meant that he didn't want to use the Black Hole on Death Prophet. He wanted to use on Troll. And by the time he re-engaged, there was a silence. He didn't have his BKB up, and they just understood how to deal with him.
Now, we did just get a refresher orb picked up on Death Prophet, and that's going to be huge because they don't know that she has it. Granted, we did get the Abyssal Belly picked up over on the Lifestealer, and we got an Axe picked up on Zai as well.
Okay.
So we've got a lot of these big items that just got picked up. I think it comes down to who gets the jump on who, though.
Yes.
Because they're not going to be expecting Death Prophet, and I love this pickup, right? Because she's had to use it to fight almost every single time. I haven't been able to, I think like very, very early on, maybe she took like a tower or something, but now she's got the option, either she can, you know, fight and then also push with it. If another fight gets brought to her door, I don't even think she has buyback though at this time. Who has buyback?
The fights last so long that it feels like, yeah.
No one has buyback. Okay, that's easy enough. Oh, the swap though coming out over here on the, all right, there's going to be a 4-step forward, trying to run her out in time. BKB comes out with the false promise. They're going to try to keep her alive. Black Hole comes out. Actually, we'll be able to go and grab Fade over onto the side. Paparazzi waiting very, very patiently. BKB just got picked up by Young, and they're going to be able to take down Fade. Will-O-Wisp going to get used as well here, and Ori's got the exorcism. He's just going to chase them down. Has that Spirit Siphon, the jump forward coming out from Bad Rider. They're going to turn their attention over here onto this lifestyle, and all they really want is to be able to take him down as fast as possible. Nisha trying to run himself out. Is he going to be able to do it in time? Can he get an infest up or anything? A Silas? No, he's going to be taken out. There's no buyback now on this lifestyle. And look at this Death Prophet. She is out for blood. She's going to turn her attention to this OD. They don't have anything to cancel out that TP, though. So mid one going to be able to make it out of this engagement, but there is no life stealer for 80-something seconds. Flip
They
side
lost
of that.
the range racks. The fight was lost. They couldn't keep the range tracks alive,
GG,
Moxie.
all right.
Call it ViCi Gaming. But and somehow ViCi Gaming play these fights so well, and it still just doesn't feel like they're winning them. At least, I mean, they kill a lifesteal. Yeah, that's a win for them, but it's not that convincing. Oh, we killed 3-4 heroes, and then we're going to go push down mid lane. It's, well, we killed one, and we had to use everything. We had to throw the entire
They didn't have to
kitchen
use
sink.
everything. They still have a... Oh, yeah, they have the refresher on the Ori, you know? But the swaps have just been on point, though. Again, the Yules comes out. They need a save, though. They don't have their Oracle up and running. Silence going to get used over here onto Ori, and they're going to be able to turn around over onto Troll, and they just... Oh, no. Oh, baby. There was a Troll and a Death Prophet there. They are no longer on this plane with us.
Yeah, that was quite the sanity's drop.
Look at that. Oh, my word.
Yeah, they stuck around way too long, considering... I mean, Ori had the second ultimate, but you don't want to fight here. You don't have the save, as you mentioned, and also he didn't have BKB. There was no way to take that team fight without BKB, but he does buy back, and he does have BKB plus Exorcism now.
Well, for coming out from Fade, again, Silence, they'll go and use the second Exorcism, and the Spirit Siphon coming through. Fade looking if he can grab anyone. BKB coming out over on for Ori, and the same thing coming out from Batrider too. Zai trying to run himself back right now, and yeah, sorry, uses his own BKB. They've got that Will-O-Wisp swap coming out from Zai, though, trying to reposition again. Lasso's going to come out, though, over onto mid one. There's going to be another swap, though, going through. Ori, he's got the Faith False Promise on him, just really wants to run down this OD, but he's going to be able to walk himself away. Over onto the corner, though, it looks like, yeah, in for some trouble. There's just too many people there. 4 heroes going to be able to take down Batrider. There is no buyback on him, and mid one, he's still ready. The swap comes out again from Zai. He is not done yet. He really wants to get this Oracle. They'll turn their attention, though, to Fade, and they'll be able to take him out. Again, the other swap. GG gets caught. One final black hole for good measure, as Secret runs over ViCi Gaming.
There's just so many that Secret have to win those fights. It gets so difficult the later the game goes, and you can see ViCi Gaming, even with an Exorcism being refreshed, having multiple, he'd run in, he'd blink in on Death Prophet, and he can't kill anyone. Everyone on Secret, so incredibly tanky. They're always force-staffing away from him. There's so much survivability. And the Troll, anytime he tried to go in a fight, couldn't connect on these kills.
No, you know, hats off to Zai's swaps were so on point. Every time it almost felt like he always found Ori. Unfortunately for Ori, they would get that swap off, and also, you know, they had some really great Astral Imprisonments. They just had too much save.
Yeah.